From the way 2020 was going, I figured the world was coming to an end. I might as well spend all the money I have. So I checked out the most expensive phone on the shopping site and added to my shopping cart. 2 months later, I got my Samsung Note 20 Ultra. 2 days later, they announced the S21 Ultra. Well, I checked my shopping site and there's no refund. Shit. So here I am trying to justify to myself why the Note 20 Ultra is better than the S21 Ultra, and hopefully you will make the same mistake as I did. Obviously I don't have the S21 Ultra at hand. This is not Linus Tech Tips. I only have 5 subscribers and 3 of them are myself. Samsung refused to send me a review unit, but I do have a nice picture of the S21 Ultra I drew myself. So here's my unbiased comparison. Number 1, SD card. Note 20 support SD card. S21 doesn't. Not that SD card is still relevant these days. Google is actively trying to kill the SD card. Most apps and games no longer support SD card. Remember the move to SD card setting? It had been a joke for the last few years. 90% of the time it didn't work. They finally removed that function completely in the latest OS, so you can't even see the joke. Right now, the only use for SD card is to store some really old games or music and photos. Speaking of photo, you can't even take a GIF photo with a SD card. The camera app forces you to save to internal memory. But SD cards still have some sentimental value to me. It had been with me since my first digital camera. No true photographer will save their picture to internal memory. Since S21 Ultra doesn't support SD card, so I say it sucks. Number 2, shape, size and weight. Let's talk about shape. Note 20 have sharp corner. S21 have round corners. A sharp corner covers 1% more screen space than round corner. With 4 sharp corners, you get 4% more screen space. If you want rounded corners, get an iPhone. Okay, let's talk about size. Note 20 is 8.1 mm thick, while S21 is 8.9 mm thick. 0.8 mm may not sound much to you and you may never notice it after you put it in a case, but that's not important. What's important is you can brag to your friend your phone is 0.8 mm thinner than his, and that's priceless. Okay, let's talk about weight. Note 20 is 209 gram, S21 is 227 gram. While 18 gram might not sound much, but remember, it's all about bragging. Clearly, Note 20 Ultra is more superior here. Number 3, camera lens. Note 20 has 3 lenses while S21 have 4 lenses. Well, you may think 4 lenses is better than 3 lenses, and it may even be true. But we get 2 more megapixels in the telephoto lens, which may not sound like much, and actually it's not really much. Let's talk about something else. Number 3, camera sensors. Note 20 has ISO-cell HM1. S21 has ISO-cell HM3. You may think HM3 must be 3 times better than HM1, and you may be right. It has more color depth, so better dynamic range, and is how it can do single frame HDR. Let's talk about something else. Number 3 again, selfie camera. 10 megapixel versus 40 megapixel and the larger sensor. Let's skip this for now. Number 3, display. 6.9 inch versus 6.8 inch, but S21 has adaptive refresh rate and save more battery. Don't want to talk about this one. Number 3, fingerprint sensor. S21 has larger fingerprint sensor. Nope, not this one. Number 3, CPU. I got Note 20 from England. They just got Brexit, so none of them can afford the phone now. That's how I got my phone cheap. But that's also how I end up with Axion 990, which sucks. those lucky bastards in North America get Snapdragon 865 Plus, which is faster and save more battery. As for S21 users, I don't want to talk about it. Number 3, battery. 4500 vs 5000. Nope, not this one. Finally, number 3, charger. S21 Ultra is so cheap it doesn't even include a charger. Although I did forget where I put my Note 20 charger, and that's why I can only show you the picture of an iPhone charger here. But still, clearly, Note 20 Ultra is more superior here. Number 4, S Pen. Note 20 Ultra includes the S Pen in the package, while for S21 Ultra you have to buy a separate case with the S Pen, which will cost you $70 more. Not only that, the experience is not exactly the same. The S Pen in S21 does not have Bluetooth connection, which means that you will lose a lot of convenience. For example, it won't remind you when you leave your S Pen behind. It also can't sense air gesture, and it won't work with the button, so you won't be able to take selfie with your S Pen anymore. I also suspect it won't allow you to write on the screen before it was turned on. So, even though it includes the S Pen, it's not the same as the Note 20 Ultra. Number 5, price. My Note 20 Ultra cost me around $860 while a new S21 Ultra will be $1250, which is around $400 difference. But the S21 also includes Samsung Buds Pro and Smart Tag for pre-order, which bring the price difference to around $200. For $200, I can buy 10 large pizza, which you know is a lot of pizza. So if you need pizza more than a phone, I definitely recommend Note 20 Ultra here. So in conclusion, the top Note 20 Ultra advantage are number 1, SD card, number 2, size and weight, number 3, included charger, number 4, S Pen, number 5, price. Note 20 Ultra is certainly more superior here. If you regret watching my video, please don't subscribe. Nobody really likes me anyway, but I always will have my Note 20 Ultra with me. I don't really need you. Bye.